Abscission is out! Abscission is out! Oh my god! Hi, this is Rin from Super Cat Punch, and welcome to Abscission! Oh my god, it's been so hard not to play this game. So the developer allowed me to have a key about a week and a half ago, so thank you so much. I will review the heck out of your game on Steam, I promise. And he requested that I not publish anything on it until the game comes out, which is today, the 27th of October. It might have been some point last night on the 26th, I'm not quite sure, but either way, it is currently 7 AM, and you bet the first thing I'm gonna do today is play the heck out of this game. I don't know how many of you were around for this, but in January of 2021, I played the demo/prologue of this game, Abscission, made by the absolutely wonderful Jacob and his awful cliffhanger. I'm still mad about that. I love point-and-click adventure mysteries, and I enjoyed the heck out of this one, and I was really bad at it, but I enjoyed it a lot. This game, by the way, this game is the origin of Detective Cat Punch, the very first, and where it was birthed. Detective Cat Punch originated in the beginning of 2021. I've been in contact with the developer here and there since the beginning of 2021. He's been through a lot, I've been through a lot, and I am so proud of you for finishing this game, and I'm so excited. And I don't know if you guys have watched the trailer, but there is a secret in this game. We may get there today, we may not. I don't know where it is in the game. And I don't even know how long this game is. But I'm so excited either way. I'm so excited. I'm even wearing the same hat, by the way. It's the same hat. Alright, I might be, wearing it sideways a little bit, but just don't worry about it. It's fine. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Ashfield, Massachusetts, a place like any other. I had lived there my whole life, in that town crouched by the river. It was a direct reflection of humanity that clustered within it, its flaws and its virtues, while also presenting as a macrocosm of the human body. It had the capacity for healthy growth. But when it was infected, it could burst. Oh, I don't know if you can see that blood splatter with me in the way, but there's a blood splatter over there. Riverside, Ashfield. Also, I'm trying my best to have my audio just not completely suck. So let me know if this is an improvement. I am trying my best. Thursday, August 1st, 1991. You can see that, okay. 10:07 PM. I'm like dodging things over here trying to get you to see. Oh my god! Left click interact, right click examine. Oh! Also, you might hear some construction. Someone is ripping apart my basement. Oh god. I'm sorry, ma'am. As I said before, I can't tell you that it's auto. But it's our building. That's the way it is. Can we go? Do you want to take the stairs? No. Well, this cop says we can't use the elevator. Yeah. And what about Miss Takahara? You want her to walk up 3 flights on that hip? I'm sorry, but the elevator can't be used. I don't know how many other ways I can say it. Then we'll go to the bar instead. I'm sorry, ma'am. You need to stay for the moment. We might need to ask you some more questions. I don't believe this. I can't believe this. Would you look at that? Well, Stanhope, what are you doing here? This ain't a vice case. Hey, Hogan, is this a vice case? I don't know. I'm busy, Bruce. Well, it ain't. Stanhope can sometimes be prevented with different ways of navigating a conversation based on 4 temperaments. Melancholic, organized, detailed, and thoughtful. This approach focuses on the details, allowing Stanhope to get to the heart of the matter. Phlegmatic, calm, diplomatic, and rational. Sometimes a level of sympathy is needed to build trust before the facts can be discovered. This looks like the Phoenix Wright point. choleric, efficient, confident, and demanding. It is a human truth that people lie, and sometimes these lies can only be overturned with a strong will. We're just sitting down having a chat. Remove. Sanguine, sociable, optimistic, and humorous. Fear can stall a witness. A little human connection goes a long way. There is no single approach that works best for all conversations, and Stanhope will need to use all of them in order to be the best he can be. There's choices, which means I'm gonna mess them up. This game adapts to your choices, oh god. People will remember how Stanhope spoke to them and may respond differently in the future, so consider each response carefully. That's so cool! Will Stanhope's destinies in your hands? Am I gonna forget all of this? Absolutely. I hope there's like a little note somewhere that shows me these. Oh. My cat do be making noise though, but I don't know if I finished my sentence, but I do have construction going on in my basement. They are ripping up some carpet and putting in some nice wood planks, because the carpet is just ruined. So if you hear like hammer banging, that's what that is, so I'm sorry. Oh, oops. What, some guy who went crazy in his last murder case and now spends his time tailing small-time pushers? Bruce, save this for the precinct. I'm not looking for a fight, just tell me how to get to the crime scene. Top floor, the only way up is the elevator, unless you fancy the fire escape. I can climb, I'm a good climber. Oh, so he can take the elevator. Lady, I swear to God. Excuse me, I am a distinguished detective. I forgot the word that I was looking for, which is detective, despite it literally being right here. It's fine. So I have to remember to like move my mouse very slowly, because I missed like these little teeny tiny little pinpoint things on the floor. I looked like for so long last time for some of these things. There's a hungry looking man. I would find him later if I needed to. The first thing I need to do is see Detective Luna upstairs. Okay. I love the animations. I love everything. I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm a little excited about this game? Officer Bruce, Stanhope. Got time for a word? Not really, and neither do you. Let's get this wrapped up so we can all go home. Okay, I don't think it's gonna let me talk to anybody but the officers. Good to see you, Stanhope. I'm just looking for details from the landlord. I'll be done soon. I think Luna's waiting for you upstairs. Okay. I'll check in with her first. Will you still be here? Yeah, we won't be done for a long time yet. You'll understand when you see it. Oh, I remember. He was deep in conversation with Hoke, and I decided it would be better to speak with him later with less people around. I assume that's the landlord. Alright, we can't talk to that person. Make sure there's nothing else I can click on. The man was in his mid-20s. I'm right-clicking to examine. I probably should have been doing that before. His eyes were concentrated on the ice cream in his hand as he tried to finish it before it melted. I think he might be failing a little bit. Officer Steve Bruce was 6'5" of muscle and bad attitude. We had several run-ins over the years, but he was a reliable cop for the most part. An old freight elevator. I thought I clicked on the lady. I'm like, wait. The building could use some renovation. The woman was giving Officer Bruce a piece of her mind. I had no wish to stop her. I'd known Officer Lewis Hogan for around 8 years. I think I remember him at the end of the prologue/demo that I played. He'd always seemed generally efficient, though a little too reactive in his approach to make detective. Hello, phone. Perhaps he was happy with his role and did not wish to progress any further. The man's eyes were darting around the lobby. He was clearly distressed. I love that I can click on basically everything and just immerse myself in the environment. That's what I like about a lot of point-and-click games, but this one really stuck out to me. I was just so excited. Oh no, this room. The excitement's gone down a lot. I'm just kidding. This room was the one I got stuck in. Okay, so the inventory can be accessed here. I did find that. The journal can be accessed here. I got stuck in this room. I know that you guys didn't see a lot of that, but I got stuck in this room for like a good 45 minutes. That recording was so long. Stanhope's inventory stores all of his clues. Clues and items he collects. This icon allows him to inspect an item. Oh, the eyeball. This icon allows him to pick up an item to use. Some puzzles will require Stanhope to combine clues or items. Okay. I remember there's like a little thing to find somewhere. I think I want to go talk to Luna first. I guess I can't go upstairs yet, I need to talk to Braintree. I remember that name, Braintree! Oh. You must be Detective Stanhope. Very astute. Was it the coat? Also the fact that they let you in. I'm Officer Braintree. Good to meet you. You look tired. Been up since 5 this morning, couldn't sleep. Maybe you should get a coffee. I will, but not from this kitchen. Yeah? I don't know if you can legally even do that. I haven't seen a crime scene like this for a long time. You're telling me, I haven't ever seen anything like it. I mean, it looks like there's just paint all over the floor. Just wait until you see upstairs. Is it worse than this? I'd prepare myself if I were you. It is not pretty. Where's Detective Luna? In the bedroom. I don't know what she's doing in there. I'm probably investigating, which is her job. I wouldn't want to stay looking at that. That was an eerie sound. I don't know if the microphone is picking it up. But there's like sawing happening in the basement. What do you know about the crime scene? I promise there's not a murder happening in the basement. The most, I suppose. I was the first responder on the scene. According to the landlord, the Vic's name is Serena Challenor. She's upstairs. I thought it was just a domestic. I don't think it was just a domestic. What time was the call? Just after 9 p.m. The landlord called it in. What's his name? Carl Laidlaw. Last I saw he was with Hogan. Did you see anyone when you got here? Just a couple of residents milling around. There are no neighbors exactly, as the victim rented the whole top floor. I think this place used to be a factory or something. I think they're being confined to their apartment for the time being until we know more. Have you spoken to the neighbors? Not really. Hogan was looking after that. Anything else I need to know? Just prepare yourself before you go upstairs. It's unbelievable. I will do my best. No problem. Goodbye, Braintree. Later, Stanhope. Detectives. I remember this! Oh my god. It's Stanhope. Detective Stanhope. I love this game. I had no reason to bother them. Okay, I'll have a reason to bother them soon, I was him. To the bedroom. Prepare yourselves. I remember this. Yes, there was... Oh! Her name was Serena Challenor. I was admiring the background. I've never seen anything like it. Are you sure? What do you mean? Luna, what is this? Look at her, Stanhope. Look at her. I'm looking at the background here. Look at that. Wait, I gotta move. Outside, life in Ashfield continued to crawl along, oblivious to the carnage within the apartment. Look at it. It's so nice. There's like a little train there. We'll move a little bit so you can see it go by. Okay, well, let's look at the corpse. That would have been tampering with a crime scene, not my style. Okay, I want to examine. The woman, or what was left of her, was tied to the wall. Her jaw was distended, probably broken. Her skin was a patchwork of blood bruises. Ribs pushed through jagged flesh. She appeared to have been hollowed out with very little besides bone and gristle left inside the sagging remains of her torso. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It was a curious parched landscape. The earth had an odd texture, remarkably opalescent. The brushwork was almost photorealistic. I personally preferred my art a little more abstract, but I could see the appeal. I think this is actually relevant. I could be wrong, but I think I remember that might be a little bit relevant. She was marking the bloodstains. That was going to be a time-consuming job. I like how we're just like walking all over the bloody pants on the floor. Oh, nice. Something that I can use to not get blood on my shoe. I recognized him, I think. It was hard to tell with his mask. Antique vase. It was an antique vase, rather plain but imposing nonetheless. Do you say vase? Or vase? Or vase? A dresser, heavy wood and well built. And I remember somewhere you had to click on the very edge of some sort of fabric. I'm on to you, Jacob. I remember. Have you been here long? About 20 minutes. I was surprised you called me. Honestly, so was I, but I hope you can see why. Just look at the poor woman. But there are other detectives. Isn't Jim Lewis your partner? He's on leave, but even if he wasn't, I think you're a better fit. I don't understand. Do you need my expertise with evidence gathering? Expertise? Just look at her, Will. Doesn't this remind you of anything? Moscato prosthetics? The disappearance of Cassandra Burgess? There was a twitch in her eye. Between the lid and the orbital floor, it was a tiny window to the nerves beneath. I see. I need to get my head around this scene. I understand. Can you look for some leads while I'm up here? Anything to get us started? Will do. About this case. So what do we know so far? The victim's name is Serena Challenor. Hogan is getting some more details from the landlord. He was babbling when I got here. I can see why. Do you have any suspects? Not yet. Hopefully we can find something around here that gives us a lead. I mean, there's gotta be DNA somewhere in here, right? Do you think this is linked to the Moscato case? Look at her, Will. Can you really tell me this isn't the same way the others died? I mean, this is pretty distinct. Well, I can certainly see the similarities, but that means nothing without a proper investigation. Similarities. Her body has been emptied. You can't tell me it is a typical modus operandi. Of course not, but look at these ropes. I don't even know what they're made of. There were fibers found at the Moscato too, but burned up in the fire. They could have been there. It's a stretch. Look, I'm not saying that I'm taking the Moscato off the table as a possibility. What are you saying then, Will? The Moscato scene was horrific, and I don't blame you for responding emotionally to the emotionally charged media. There was a momentary flare of anger in her eyes before she sighed and took another drag of her cigarette. Well, you're a good man, but you need to learn more about people. What does that mean? It's been a long time. 2 years, give or take. Not the way I'd hoped to meet again. You can't pick the hand you're dealt, I guess. Are you looking after yourself? Yes, of course. Of course. What have you found so far? Not much. I'm still taking it all in. Sorry, it's just... Look at her. I can't imagine what she went through. We should catch up. I can't think about that now. There's too much here. I need to think. Of course. I don't mean that I don't want to talk. I understand, Luna. Probably more than most. I know you do. I'll have a look around. Thanks, Will. Okay, so I don't think I can actually touch anything there. The elevator door was stained with blood. Also, this game is really dialogue heavy, and I'm gonna have to talk a lot, and it's also auto-progressed, like the dialogue and stuff, so I'm not gonna have time to do the potteries for Abscission, I think, because in order to do them I just have to kind of stop everything I'm doing. So, we're not going to be doing the potteries for these. Please forgive me. There was a considerable amount of blood staining the cloth that covered the floor. Judging from the color and viscosity, it was still relatively fresh. It was an artist's easel fallen on the floor with scattered brushes and a half-completed canvas surrounding it. A half-completed canvas that has fallen on the floor. The image seems to be a forest, though underwater. Curious image. That's an interesting scene. I remember the underwater forest in Skyward Sword, and I thought that was interesting mostly because it is clear water, which means I was okay with it. It was broken glass, probably from a vase, drenching on the nearby flowers. I wasn't going to run my hands through broken glass, but there was one shard that appeared larger than the others, and was glistening with blood. So I think that is important. I think I need to— yes! I found a small black book filled with addresses and phone numbers. I decided it could be useful. There's nothing else in the pockets? Okay. It needed to be sent to the lab, this piece of glass that I found. The bookcase held an interesting collection, though not in any kind of order by genre or author. Most of the books were works of artists using very different techniques. Warhol sat next to Vallejo, for example, but there were some classics mixed in, such as The Rights of Man by Thomas Paine and philosophical works from Woolf and Craven. It was most likely a lifetime's accumulation rather than a chosen selection from a larger collection. Interesting. A bloody handprint, rather large. Could this be the perps? Okay, so there's likely— I thought there was like a corner of something to pull up. Okay, there's bloody boot prints. This was one of the small things that I missed last time. There were boot prints leading from the pool of blood towards the elevator. They were relatively large, most likely a man's. Perhaps they were the landlord's? Alright, is there anything else? There's a broken vent. Blood dripped from the broken vent. The metal was buckled and torn. What could have done this? That's a little weird. A large collection of painted canvases, most of them framed, filled with shelving that ran across the back wall of the apartment. This was more than simply a hobby. This was a vacation. I should ask the landlord about this in order to flesh out the victim's background. Aha. Okay, and now the people here are, I guess, in their rooms now? I don't know. An ice cream stain. Some people had no respect for their surroundings. It made me sick. Okay, so far we have examined some of the evidence in the crime scene. We found some bloody boot prints, we found a bloody handprint, we found like a destroyed vent filled with blood, we found the victim, we found some knocked over canvases, a collection of books, and we have met Detective Stanhope and his fellow detective slash maybe former partner, I think is what they might have said. And now we are waiting to talk to the landlord, which I think is the nervous looking man, and these two police officers, but for right now, unfortunately, that is all the time I have for today. I might just play Abscission until it's done. Well, and of course I'm gonna finish the game, but I'm really tempted to just play this until it's done and not have anything else, but I should probably break up the videos and play some Wander Song and God of War. God of War, it's been a while, but I think the indie slot is going to go to Abscission. Because I'm just so excited to play and finish this game and figure out what happens. It's been almost 3 years since that awful cliffhanger, and I gotta know. I gotta know. We must hang up the detective hat and leave it for next time. So, I'm sad we must end it so soon, but that is just the way it must be. Oh, Spanish word of the day. Triste. I am muy triste that we have to stop now. But that is the way of things, so I hope I made you smile today, and I will see you next time. Bye! Bye! Wanna see another game that makes you think? Check out Liminal Gallery, where we meld photos with reality.